Here's an offense I've been using to dominate my opponents online. This offense has some of the best passing plays in the game, also has some few good running plays, and also has a quarterback run that you can implement in your offense as well. Now, the playbook that we are using is the Minnesota Vikings playbook. Scrolling down to our gun formations, we're going to go over to our ace slot formation. This has some of the best passing plays in the game. Now, for my audibles, I have posts in there, I have inside zone, I have Z spot, and PA read. Now, when you are running this post play, you want to make sure that your wide receivers are on the wide side of the field. That is very important. And I would highly recommend re-corner routing your tight end, because this corner route right here that they give you is just, it's too deep. It's not as sharp. When we have a corner route that we hot route, look how sharp that is now. That's going to cook man coverage. Now, when running through your progressions, you always want to hit your underneath flat route if it's there. If you have a better tight end, that will probably be a little more yards. Unfortunately, we don't have a great tight end. We're going to be focusing on this corner route that should cook the man coverage, should absolutely cook the man coverage. Just not a great tight end. I'm not going to expect Zach Ertz to beat man coverage every single time, but boom, right there. As you can see, a nice cut right there. Third read, of course. We're going to have this running back angle route that's going to be left alone in the middle of the field. I mean, that you see how everything flew out to the sidelines because the corner routes, the flats and stuff. Then we have that Texas route sneaking across the middle. And of course, then we got our little corner route to our slot receiver. Boom, just like that. So what was really cool about that play is that the guy on the corner route and the guy on the post almost bumped into each other, creating almost like a pick play if you've seen those in real life. And then of course, your last read is going to be this inside breaking post that's going to cook any type of match coverage. And of course, going to cook any type of man coverage. But this post route, this deep post route right here at a post can also work as a cover 3 bomb as well. All right, this is a cover 3 we're in right now. Hopefully we get enough time. We do. And as you can see, the corner bites down on the corner route. And then right there, we have a wide open touchdown. So that post beats cover 2, man, match, and cover 3. Another route combo that I do love is just dragging my tight end right here. And then just having like a high-low read between X, my drag, and then R1 on the Texas route. But right here, I think I had R1 a little more open, but it doesn't help that Zach Ertz is an ancient stone out there. He is not moving that well right now. Another route combo I do like out of here is just putting X on a slant, having your second tight end, so triangle technically, on the deep cross, having your running back on a flat, and then having your slot receiver on a flat as well. Basically just creating a high-low read between the crosser and the slant. Right there, the slant kind of gets open. Again, not a great tight end, so he's not going to be able to cook the man coverage that well. Right here, boom. As you can see, the match coverage kind of got lost with the slant right there. Our next play up is X spot right here, and all I have to do is just drag my receiver, and then I can put my running back on a flat or a wheel or whatever. But we're really just going to be looking at our spot route and then our tight end. What makes this play so good is our tight end is on that short, sharp cutting corner, or post route, sorry. Right here, as you can see, boom, the tight end, we can click on, catch that right there, and it's sharp cutting. You're going to be able to catch those in front of those deep zones right there. Right here, we have the drag open as well. We also have other options, right? The post is going to clear some of those zones out. Then we can hit underneath as well. And then what makes this play so good again is a spot route right here that we can throw for a nice 4 or 5 yards. Or if they drop their linebackers too far back to guard that post, then we have that spot route. We can always just streak him too, streak the slot receiver just to kind of get him out the way. And then boom, just like that, the streak the linebacker drops with the streak. And then you can throw that X spot route as well. Just this play is so good. And it's super underrated. I feel like not a lot of people run it. Run this formation in general. And then the last play, we have PA read. The only way I really like to run PA read is just having a corner out on my X tight end. So my tight end that's on the running back side. Then I like to do my other tight end, put him on a streak. Then I like to have a post on my slot receiver and then a drag on my outside receiver. Then with my running back, I'll just put him on a flat or whatever. And then this is kind of just like a setup I like out of like Trips tight end as well. It's kind of like my Trips tight end setup right there. That post does so good against zone coverage. Finds a nice pocket since that streak is just pushing everything deep. And then, of course, since that streak is pushing other hook curls and stuff deep as well, then you're going to have that drag. And if they cheat too far up on the drag, then you'll have the post. So it's really just making a read right there. And then the right side as well, let's not forget about that. If this guy cheats up too far on the tight end, so if he goes too far upfield, then we just throw the running back. Vice versa, if he cheats too far up on the running back, then we can just throw the tight end corner route. So another route setup I do like, it's just having a zig route on my triangle tight end, then having a flat route on my slot receiver, then having an in route on my outside receiver, corner route, running back flat on the right side. So basically a flat concept. And just the tight end just so good, man. That zig right there just is so good against the against zone, man. It just finds a nice pocket. It's like a baby route. Like, you know, not a lot of people will commit their user enough to it. Right there on the break, we have the in route wide open. Just make sure you throw that right on the break before the hook curl can come in and try to make a play on it. And then it also has a nice little RPO alert bubble right here. If they cheat too far inside with their user for the run, then of course we have the bubble right here. And that is a nice 10-15 yards in that aspect as well. And then of course you have a QB power as well. So if you do have a scrambling quarterback, you can definitely throw this in as well. Let's see if I can get this, make this work here. Just like that, we cut it to the outside and as you can see, man, this should be a touchdown. But guy from the side catching these. So against mid blitz, against a lot of man coverages, these QB runs do really well. This one not as great as, like, you know, the one from Trips tight end. And then we go over, we have gun bunch tight end, which was hands down my favorite formation last year. It has the RPO alert bubble, very popular. Has the PA boot over, X spot, PA verticals, very popular. Whips, very popular. Tight end corners, which is a good play. So it has a lot of good plays in this formation right here. My audibles right here are the whips. I have inside zone, X spot, and PA verticals. Now, I recommend coming out into your alert bubble almost every single play, though. Now, when running gun bunch in, you always want your bunch side, so your 3 wide receivers on the wide side of the field. It just helps with spacing so much. And then, of course, you always want to run this bubble. You always want to come out in it because you want to check your opponent's alignment, right? If your opponent's alignment isn't very good, then you have the bubble right here, okay? If they're not in man coverage, you can throw this bubble almost every single time. Now, if they commit extra resources to the bubble, then we have the inside zone, which has really good blocking. As you can see, next play I have is the whips. All I do is like to have a streak on my slot receiver, then have a post on Debo. Now, obviously, we're going to read the whips first. If the whips are open, we're going to throw that. Even if we have the slightest separation, we can throw that, possession, catch it, get down. And against man coverage, against whips, man, like, you're not going to be able to guard whips against man. And then, of course, you have the post over top. If they guard 2 underneath with the whips, then you have this post right over top. Now, next play is X spot. For this play, I like to have a slant on my slot receiver, then having a deep crosser with my tight end. We're just going to read the slant. We're going to read the slant first, and then if that's not there, we got the deep crosser. But the thing that makes this play so good is having this active spot route. See, it goes with the slant, the linebacker goes with the slant, and then you throw that spot route right there. And then, of course, you do have your deep crosser that's just going to get over that spot route. So if the user cheats too much on the spot route, then we can throw that little deep crosser as well. And then, of course, you know, you have your running back check down if you want it. I'm not going to say you're going to throw a check down, but again, that spot route is just so underrated, man. Next play is PA verticals, and PA verticals is actually pretty solid in this game. Again, one of my favorite plays last year, one of my favorite bombs. All you gotta do is just streak your outside receiver, having a Texas route on your running back, just for a check down, really, and then make sure your tight end right here is just gonna double team that guy. And then, as you can see, well, the running back right here cooks the man coverage. All right, as you can see, Texas route cooks the man coverage. PA verticals isn't a good man or match beater. I'll tell you that. It's not a very good man or match beater, but against zone coverage like cover 3, it bombs it for 1-play touchdowns almost every single time. Right here, this looks like a cover 3. If I can get the time, we're going to have triangle wide open on this deep crosser. As you can see, that's a touchdown every single time. Now, that's going to be it for this video. If you guys have any suggestions on what formations I should use, what plays, anything like that, things I should try out for a video, let me know down in the comment section below. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, of course, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.